Welcome back to our channel, Soap Squad. I cannot believe they actually had Gwen do that. I mean, I am literally shaking with frustration right now. We all saw the setup, we all knew the truth was going to come out, but her reaction, completely unhinged and simultaneously the most predictable thing ever. She completely tore into Kristen for sleeping with Xander, screaming her head off and burning that bridge to the absolute ground. But Xander? Oh, Xander gets a total free pass. She didn't even direct an ounce of her fury at the man who actually took his clothes off and jumped into bed with her supposed best friend. Am I the only one who wanted to throw my remote at the television? Because this is just wild to me. And let's just break down how she even found out, because that is a whole mess on its own. Leo, yes. Leo Stark, the man who has caused her so much pain in the past, actually stepped up and proved his friendship by dropping the absolute hardest truth bomb on her. He told her flat out that Xander and Kristen were hooking up. EJ had already planted the seed and told her about it, but Gwen didn't want to believe it until Leo confirmed it. I mean, Leo actually doing something decent for once. That is a miracle in itself. But Gwen took a minute, processed the absolute horror of the situation, and then realized that Kristen had totally played her. Considering that Gwen has basically zero friends in Salem, like literally only Leo and Kristen tolerate her on a good day, this betrayal cuts so incredibly deep. The betrayal is real, and I completely get why she is hurting. But here is where I completely lose my patience with her. She marches over to Kristen and unleashes hell. And sure, Kristen absolutely deserves it. Kristen is a terrible friend, a master manipulator, and honestly, she probably only slept with Xander just because she was bored and wanted to stick it to EJ or Sarah or whoever she is mad at this week. So Gwen going off on Kristen makes total sense. But why is Xander standing there looking like a confused puppy while Gwen completely ignores his role in this? Because Xander's the one who was actively leading Gwen on. Okay, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me backtrack. Xander has told Gwen multiple times that they aren't in a serious relationship, but he still sleeps with her and uses her as a distraction. He knows she loves him. Kristen knew she loved him. So why is Kristen the only one taking the heat? Because this is exactly what happened with Dimitri. Remember when they tried this exact same storyline with Dimitri and Leo? Yeah, didn't work then either, but it left a massive psychological scar on Gwen. Leo and Dimitri snuck around behind her back, carrying on a whole passionate affair while she was planning a wedding. They broke her heart into a million pieces. So when Kristen does the exact same thing with Xander, it triggers that exact same trauma. It is so much easier for Gwen to project all her rage onto the friend who betrayed her rather than the man who broke her heart. Taking her anger out on Kristen is easy, because she has been in this exact spot before. Instead of seeing that Xander is also completely in the wrong, Gwen funnels every ounce of her anger toward Kristen because Kristen's actions are a direct, painful reminder of Leo's betrayal. I mean, it is classic projection, and at Leslie, there is so much more to it than just the friend betrayal. We have to talk about the daddy issues. I've been watching since 2015, and I swear this is the most consistent, frustrating, and tragic character flaw they have ever given Gwen. She has spent her entire life desperately seeking validation, approval, and love from a man, all because she grew up believing her father, Jack Deveraux, didn't want her. Even after Jack found out she was his daughter, her own toxic actions forced him to keep his distance. Like, remember when she completely tortured Abigail? Yeah, Jack wasn't gonna just forgive and forget that overnight. They have recently started to mend their relationship, but the psychological damage to Gwen is already done. She is fundamentally broken inside. So, her deep, desperate desire to be loved and accepted by a male figure means she will always give the man she loves the benefit of the doubt. It is so sad to watch. She will twist herself into knots to justify Xander's behavior, because if she blames him, she has to admit that he doesn't actually care about her. She doesn't want to lose what she has with Xander, even if what she has is literally just crumbs. Right now, he is the man she wants in her life, and she will gladly turn a blind eye to his cheating if it means he will still smile at her and take her to bed. I know some people in the forums are loving this Gwen and Xander situationship and feeling sorry for her, but personally, I just find it exhausting. She is actively choosing to be blind? I mean, does Xander deserve to be taken to task just as much as Kristen? Absolutely. He is a grown man making his own choices. He could have kept his pants on. But Gwen knows deep down that if she yells at Xander, if she actually holds him accountable, he won't apologize and beg for her forgiveness. He will just shrug, tell her they were never official, and kick her to the curb. He has made his intentions perfectly clear to both women. He is a mercenary at heart, and he isn't going to play the devoted boyfriend to Gwen when he doesn't even want to be with her in the first place. Gwen knows this. She knows that if she pushes him, he will walk away without a second thought. Actually, maybe she doesn't know it? No, she definitely knows it. She is just living in complete and utter denial. Let's talk about Xander for a second, because his role in this is just infuriating. Remember when he was the bad boy who actually tried to be good for Sarah? He wore the suits, he played the corporate game at Titan, he really tried to be the man Maggie and Sarah wanted. But the second things get tough, he reverts right back to his worst instincts. Hooking up with Kristen DiMera, of all people? That is a new low, even for him. Kristen is the woman who literally kidnapped Sarah, drugged her, and shipped her off to an island. How could Xander even look at Kristen, let alone sleep with her, knowing what she did to the supposed love of his life? It just proves that Xander is spiraling completely out of control. And Gwen is just collateral damage in his messy, chaotic life. I mean, Xander and Kristen are both outcasts, so I guess I kind of see the twisted logic in them finding common ground, but it is still so gross. And Gwen witnessing this, knowing the history, and still choosing to only blame Kristen, it just highlights how deeply damaged her self-esteem really is. She would rather fight a DiMera supervillain than face the reality that her boyfriend is a total jerk. Because, let's be real, fellow fans, we all know the truth. The fans know it, Brady knows it, Maggie knows it. The only woman Xander truly wants a real, lasting relationship with is his beloved Sarah Horton. Sarah is the love of his life. Every single thing Xander does, whether it's sleeping with Gwen, hooking up with Kristen, or plotting corporate takeovers, is either to win Sarah back or to distract himself from the agonizing pain of losing her to Brady. Gwen is nothing but a placeholder, a warm body to keep him company while he pines for Sarah. And it breaks my heart a little bit to see Gwen accept that role, but it also makes me want to scream at her to get some self-respect. So what is going to happen next? I am predicting that Gwen is going to keep clinging to Xander, hoping this Kristen mess just blows over, and Xander's going to keep using her until Sarah finally gives him the time of day again. And when that happens, Gwen is going to be left completely shattered all over again. I am absolutely dreading it, but I am also totally here for the drama. I kind of hope Gwen finally snaps and takes them all down, but knowing her, she'll just cry and plot some ridiculous revenge scheme that completely backfires. What do you guys think? Am I totally off base here, or is Gwen the most frustrating character on daytime TV right now? Let me know, because I definitely need to share this with people who actually get it.